Welcome back, everybody. I just watched the trailer for Overlord, and holy shit, it looks amazing. Last I checked, it had like a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, there's not a whole lot of reviews there, but still, it's from critics, and that's a really good thing. The thing that works about this movie is they're not trying to sell you on the new Saving Private Ryan, because, I mean, essentially, this movie is, a bunch of troops land, after their plane gets, like, blown up on the events of D-Day in Germany, and upon trying to survive, and killing their way through Nazis and everything, they find their way into a bunker where they realize that the Nazis are creating zombies, and by that they're bringing dead soldiers back from the dead to keep on fighting in the war, so they don't have to keep recruiting new, fresh people. We've been playing this game for the last 10 years in Call of Duty. It's survive. It's you get a gun, shoot as many zombies as you can for as long as you can until you die. You just take as many of them out as possible. We've never seen them get out alive, because that's not the point of the game. The point is just to make it until you die. In this movie, I'm wondering if that's going to follow suit, or if we're actually going to get to see one of them get away. This movie is directed by Julius Avery. He's only done Son of Gun, that had Ewan McGregor in it, and the kid that plays Robin in the new Titans show. And it was pretty good for like a straight-to-DVD movie. I was really surprised. I've watched a lot of straight-to-DVD movies on just like weeknights where I had nothing else to do, just like on Netflix, and I was really surprised by that. And then I looked it up, and it actually had like an 80-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm pretty sure. So he's not like a terrible director. The only problem is he hasn't done a whole lot, so I can't go based off of him to like get me excited. But the movie just looks fun. It's it has Kurt Russell's son in it, Wyatt Russell, and for those of you who don't know him, he was most famously in the 22 Jump Street movie as like the person that Channing Tatum becomes best friend with in college. They play football together. I'm not too familiar with the other two actors, but there is one kid in it. He's from The Big Short, and he was really good in it for like one of his first movies. And he was also in Jack Ryan, the new John Krasinski Amazon thriller series. If you have not seen that, go watch it now, because it is fucking awesome. And that kid plays a really good part in it. He plays like one of those drone pilots that like you press a button, like a missile shoots from the sky and kills somebody. And he's going through some like really messed up stuff in his head. Like he's really traumatized from all the people he killed, and he has a really, really, really powerful and amazing arc. He probably does the best acting in the whole show, aside from the show's villain. So I'm really excited to see him in this as well, even though he's not the main character. The movie just looks really fun, and the visuals look like really, really cool. It kind of looked like the scene where the plane falls, and they like, the one main character, like the kid is like falling out of the plane, and he like falls into the water. Looks kind of like Zack Snyder as visuals, and say what you will about Zack Snyder and like the movies he makes, but his visuals are always awesome. And this movie looks awesome. It looks like that blockbuster like action, like everything's so like sharp and defined, and like the reds are like popping, but like all the darks are like really dark, and it has like that Snyder-esque like music video Michael Bay kind of feel, but without Michael Bay or Zack Snyder. So hopefully they could pull off that look with an actual good movie. But it just looks like a whole lot of fun. Like I love the zombies modes in Call of Duty, so I'm really excited to see that in this. From what I'm told, half the movie is more like a World War movie, and the other half is the zombies, so it's not going to be like full like horror gore fest through and through. But apparently when the zombies do appear, the carnage count goes up. There's a lot of death in it, a lot of killing, and it feels like you're in a Nazi zombies game, except you're just watching it. And it's like when you're sitting on the couch watching your friends play, and instead of watching it in first person, you're watching it in third person. It looks really fun. This is not the movie I'm most excited about, and I never thought I was going to get something like it, but I'm really glad I am. This is a movie that I'll probably buy on like Blu-ray, and then just keep on in the background, and like periodically like come back and like just watch like them killing like a bunch of zombies and like walk away again. I'll probably watch the carnage counts a couple times on like YouTube. I love those. I'm definitely excited to see it at least one time. These are my kind of movies. I love like the horror, like violent, like cheesy action movies. Just guys shooting zombies. Like you don't really get those anymore. The Resident Evil movies kind of like fucked it all up. The problem with like horror movies that are adapted from like games is they suck like all the time. Resident Evil, it wouldn't have been that hard if they just made the first Resident Evil movie about like Leon. Because the thing that makes Resident Evil so good is walking around these dark corridors and being human. Like you're a human being. If a zombie fucking jumps out and bites your arm, that's it. You're dead. It's scary. You only have like 6 bullets. You have to conserve them, make sure you get a headshot, and if you don't get the first shot, you run away. Just like the shit like that is what made the game so scary, and they made this movie with a fucking killing machine called Alice, like, where she could just do anything, just fist fight, hand-to-hand all these zombies. They completely turned into an action movie, and it sucked. It sucked so bad. And a lot of video games that get turned into movies, they don't like follow the source material. They try to like branch off and do their own thing, and it just doesn't work. Let me tell you something. The reason why it doesn't work is because you veer so far off from what we love about the video game. Like, those weren't Resident Evil movies. The only thing that made them directly linked to Resident Evil movies is the fact that there was a T-virus involved. And in like the 5th movie, they added like Chris Redfield. In the 6th, it was like Leon. I watched them all, but they all suck. Like, they should have just made the movies like, you know, things that happened to Leon in between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4. Like, how did he become the, you know, guard of the president, or like stuff like that. Like, but Hollywood has a history of fucking it up. But I think because this isn't necessarily like an adaptation of what we've seen in the Call of Duty, it's kind of just its own thing about Nazi generals making zombies. That it could have its own original story, and we're not going to hold it very close to Call of Duty. It's not going to be that similar. I don't think they're ever going to be holding down like a house the way you did in the first Nazi zombies. That looks like they're kind of going through like different towns. But needless to say, I think, you know, with the early good reviews and, you know, and with Kurt Russell's son, this has the potential to be a really good fucking movie, a really good, enjoyable, popcorn, stupid, mindless movie. And that's all it's setting out to be. It's not trying to be anything else or anything more than that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited to see this movie? Do you play the Nazi Zombies modes? And do you think that this could break the curse for video game adaptations, even though it's not really adapting it from Call of Duty, but more or less just taking the idea and running with it, making their own thing? And as always, I'll catch you next time.